Hi guys, it's Megan and I'm back with my second Hangout on Air today. And this specific Hangout on Air is just general for all accepted international students for fall 2014. The one that I did previously today, that was actually for students specific to India. So if you are from India and you're interested in some information a little bit more specific for you, you can check out that link. It's on our Google Plus page. I posted it in the Indian Facebook community, and it's also on YouTube. So check that out. And I'm going to give these guys an opportunity to introduce themselves. So go ahead.
Yep, my name is Me. I'm from Vietnam. But I'm leaving soon. And
my name is Pikis. I'm from Nepal. I'm studying a master's in environmental safety and health management program. I'll be here for next 1.5 years. So any problem?
Yeah, and they're both graduate assistants. So, also I wanted to add, I am going to be checking the Facebook page. So if you are joining us, I'll be looking to see if you have questions below. And then I will also, yeah, there was a lot. Sorry, I'm just kind of reviewing those really quick. So let me know if you're online, post a question. I can see if there's viewers and I can invite you then. So just bear with me. It might take me a couple minutes to realize it, but I'll for sure get to you. So also the other thing that I need to mention is that if you did get an email stating congratulations on being accepted and join us for this Hangout on Air, we apologize, but that was sent to some of you in error. And some of you are not accepted yet. However, if you would like to check the status of your application, please call our office. The phone number is 419-434-4558. We can at least help you with checking the status to let you know what you need. And although there's probably not enough time to get accepted for fall, in terms of getting your visa, getting your I-20, we can certainly defer your admission to spring and help you with that entire process. And hopefully this information will still be helpful for you for the future. So moving on, pre-arrival communication plan. You should be getting a pre-arrival communication plan from us. And specifically, I believe it's going to come from me and I believe my colleague Jason. And he handles mostly students from China. And I guess Vietnam and different areas. So, yes, you should be getting that pre-arrival communication plan. If you're not getting it, it's highly likely that your agent's getting it. If you're not getting it, your agent's not getting it, probably your junk mail is getting it. So check your junk mail because this is really important information for you. Things are going to become a lot clearer once you get that information. So just make sure you're getting that. The first thing that's going to come in that communication plan is confirm your arrival. Let us know you are coming. That is so important because if we know you're coming, we can prepare, we can reach out to you. I can connect you with current students from your country that are currently here. If your English is limited, I can get you connected with somebody that can translate this information for you. And also, I know that you probably just want to talk with someone from your home country. You have a lot of doubts, a lot of questions about things. So we want to help you, but we need to know you're coming first. So on that confirm your arrival, there should be a link to confirm your arrival. It's a form you will complete. You'll submit it. That will come to me, and I will reach out to you. However, if for some reason you do not get that form, I'm going to put my name and my email information up on this screen, so that you can send me an email. Just send me an email, say, hey, Megan, I'm coming, but for some reason I can't complete the confirm my attendance form, but I just want to let you know I'm coming. Then I can reply and say, great, you know, do you have your visa? What kind of questions do you have? Things like this. So that's my email. Send me an email, let me know you're coming. And then checklist for arrival. So the next thing you'll be getting is a checklist. Obviously, if you haven't already applied for your visa, you need to do that because the beginning of the semester is quickly approaching. If you have questions about applying for a visa, please call our office. We have lovely graduate assistants that will help you with that whole process. If you have questions about it or what to expect, we have student assistants from all different countries. They will happily at least give you information on what their experiences were. Because no one can better explain that than somebody that's already been through that. Confirm your attendance. Like us on Facebook. If you have Facebook, go on there, like us. We have a University of Findlay page, but we also have one that's University of Findlay International Admissions and Services. And I would recommend you to get on that page, get connected. We have lots of events that are going on campus, everything that's very specific for international students. If you are from a specific country, there are some country-specific pages. There's a country-specific page for students from India. There's a country-specific page from students from Saudi. Do you know any other country-specific pages? No. I think there's one to be for like international discussion, so you might be able to find that.
Yes.
So I can get you connected with different pages. If you go on Facebook, I'm sure you're going to find other like associated pages with just University of Findlay itself. So get connected that way. That way you know what's going on. Also, if you have Twitter, follow us on Twitter, #UFindlay. If you're on Instagram, get us on Instagram, UFindlay. The next thing is going to be, let us know when you're coming. So send me your flight information. Send me your travel itinerary. Even if it's as simple as calling the office, at least let them know when you're coming. They're probably going to still tell you to send me an email, so it's good just to send the email anyways. And then the other thing that I really, really, really want to reiterate to you, if you don't get anything out of this, please understand you must bring your original transcripts with you to come to the University of Findlay. Otherwise, you cannot register for classes. So, original transcript, original degree certificate, and original translations. So do you want to talk about how important this is?
Yes. Because without the original transcript, you won't be able to register for your classes. And, you know, it will take, and you won't be able to get into the classes anyway. So you have to just, like, you know, hang in there doing nothing, and it's a waste of time. And if you have to ask your parents to send them over here, it will cost a lot of money and time. Yeah.
So how about this too, something else. So since you're from Vietnam, just in case there's anyone from Vietnam watching, how about you say that in Vietnamese? Please?
Please, I mean, please bring the original transcript.
Yes.
Nhớ mang,
what?
I mean, yeah, I can forget how to say this. Oh, this is embarrassing. Okay. Yeah.
Very simple. Come on.
Okay, how about you say it first? I will think about it. My brain doesn't function that well today, you know that. Yeah.
सबै ओरिजिनलहरु लिएर आउनु होला किनकि ओरिजिनल नभइकन हाम्रो 50% मात्र एक्सेप्टेन्स हुन्छ यहाँ ओरिजिनल जबसम्म भेरिफाई हुँदैन हामी क्लास लिन पाउँदैनौँ सो हाम्रो फेरि प्रब्लम हुन्छ किनकि घरबाट फेरि पठाउनु पर्छ रेजिस्टर हुनलाई टाइम लाग्छ सो द्याट्स द मेन पोइन्ट ब्रिङ ऑल ओरिजिनल्स व्हेन यु अराइभ that will be best. Admission को informationहरु लिनु छ भने the first thing you do is go on Facebook, like on International Admission Office of University of Findlay. That's the main place where you can get all the important updates of international admissions and whatever is happening or will happen when you come. So that's the main important. And be in touch with us. Whatever information you like, in whatever it may be, like your housing, your studies, any help, we all will be there. So.
Okay, so now I remember how to say it.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, this is so... Okay, so các bạn nhớ mang bản gốc của tài liệu, những tài liệu quan trọng như là bảng điểm hoặc là điểm IELTS hoặc là điểm TOEFL, đều nhớ mang hết. Tại vì nếu mà không có thì sẽ phải gửi từ Việt Nam sang, rất là tốn tiền và tốn thời gian, mà lại còn không đăng ký được lớp học. Còn nếu các bạn có tất cả những vấn đề hoặc là câu hỏi gì thì xin hãy hỏi chúng tôi trên Facebook. That's international admissions. Yeah. You know, that's the name of the Facebook, right? Yes. Yep.
Good. Awesome. Yay. The other thing that's really important, and we always tell students this: read your acceptance letter. Read your acceptance letter. Look at your I-20. This is really, really important. It has really good information, especially in your acceptance letter. It has that you need to bring your original transcripts, but most students don't end up reading it. So please go back and review that. We understand you're so excited about getting the acceptance, but read it completely, okay? The next thing, and I'll talk about this in detail, reserve your airport transportation, reserve a stay in the International Welcome House, and just keep calm, smile. I know it can be a stressful time, but just understand we're here to help you every step of the way. Just take advantage of that. So reach out to us. So the next thing is I was talking about reserve your airport transportation. So the closest airport to the University of Findlay is the Toledo Express Airport. It's in Toledo, Ohio. T-O-L-E-D-O. Toledo Express. This is about 45 minutes from Findlay. If you're coming on the 11th, the 12th, or the 13th to the Toledo Express Airport, we offer airport pickup service. We'll pick you up from the airport. We'll bring you to campus. That is $50. We just charge it to your account, so you don't need to pay us when you get there. Just we bill it to your account. If you're arriving outside of the time of the 11th, 12th, or 13th, then you're going to need to reserve your own transportation to the University of Findlay. We do not assist with doing that. And it's going to cost you, if you're coming from the Toledo Airport, at least $100 if you're going to take a taxi. So it's definitely less expensive if you come to the Toledo Airport on the 11th, the 12th, the 13th. It's just $50. If your flight's delayed, we will be there. Don't worry. If your flight's canceled, we'll come pick you up. Do not worry. We just need to know when you're coming. You need to send me your flight ticket information so I know when you're going to be there. You can come at any time. If it's 5 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, we will be there to get you. Just let me know that you're coming. And as I said, if you're coming outside of that time, then you're going to need to reserve your own pickup. And I'm going to put some information on the screen in a second. But I do want to mention there are many airports in Ohio, but I strongly do not recommend that you fly to any of them besides the Toledo Express Airport. The rest of those airports are far from the university. It's going to cost you a lot of money to take a taxi.
There may be an immigration issue as well.
There may be an immigration issue. Why are you coming to here? You should be going there. While it may be a little less expensive, it's not going to be less expensive once you have paid $200 or $300 to get a taxi to the university. So, and if you do choose to book your tickets through those airports, it's going to be your responsibility to book a taxi service because we do not work with any other taxi companies for other airports in Ohio. The only other option for airport for you could possibly be the Detroit airport, but you do need to understand we will not pick you up from the Detroit airport. We only pick up again on the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th from Toledo. If you're coming to Detroit, I'm going to pull up some information for the taxi service, as I mentioned, that I would recommend, but more than anything, I just recommend that you arrive on the 11th, 12th, or 13th because it's going to cost you less money, and then we'll be with you the whole time. We can take you exactly where you need to go. So here's the information for the shuttle service, or not shuttle service, for the taxi cab. It's Manta Cars. The phone number is listed. You will need to call them ahead of time, make a reservation. I believe you have to have a credit card to reserve it, but for those of you that don't have a credit card, I believe they will still give you a reservation ahead of time. If you're using a cab, it's going to cost you $100 from Toledo to Findlay and about $200 from Detroit to Findlay. That's one way. And it is customary to give a tip to the driver, just so you know. So that's the taxi cab information if you're coming anytime outside of the 11th, 12th, or 13th. Taxi service. Okay. I do not recommend coming before the 6th of August. The reason for that is because, and I'm going to talk about, actually I'll just jump to that now. We offer international welcome houses on campus. These are temporary accommodations for international students when they first arrive to campus. We cannot guarantee that we'll have enough room if you come anytime before the, let's say, the 6th of August. If you're arriving by the 6th, that should give you plenty of time to get settled here in Findlay before orientation on the 14th. So I recommend not coming before the 6th. If you're going to come before then, you can come up to 30 days before. If you're going to be traveling, yeah. I also recommend if you are going to be traveling in the U.S. before you come here, that you already have your ticket booked to Toledo. Because if you're coming into the port of entry and you do not have your ticket to the Toledo Express Airport, then you're going to get some serious questions from immigration about where are you going. So even if, let's say, you're going to go and you're going to book your ticket to Chicago and you're going to hang out there for a while and visit your aunt or uncle, you need to make sure that you already have your ticket booked to Toledo. Don't just come and try to show up in Chicago and say that you're going to book your ticket next week, because that's not going to work. You need to have your ticket booked ahead of time. That's a little bit of advice.
100% sure, 100% sure. There has been a lot of our friends and colleagues who have experienced that type of problem, and there are 2 students I know who were refused to get entry in the US. So make sure you have the proper port of entry.
Sure.
Tickets.
And if you have questions about that, if you have doubts, this is what we're here for. Send me an email. Let me know what your intentions are. That way I can help you, because we don't want these types of things to happen with students. But yeah, we're not here to scare you. We're just here to help you, to give you really good, helpful information, because you don't know. For example, for me, when I'm traveling, maybe I want to go someplace a few days early and I want to see something before I have to do something else. We understand that. That's okay. But just look at the end goal. What's the end goal? And make sure you're preparing for that. So back to arrival in Findlay. So if you're going to be arriving in Findlay via taxi cab, you're obviously going to need the address for where you need to report, right? So if you are going to be reporting, I'm going to pull up the screen share again. If you're going to be reporting to Findlay, the University of Findlay, Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., then this is the address you need to report to. If you're going to be reporting after 5 p.m. or on the weekend, which in the United States is Saturday or Sunday, then you're going to need to report to one of the international welcome houses. We have several international welcome houses, so in order for me to know where you need to report, you're going to have to let me know that you're coming, when you're coming, and I can let you know where you need to report. If for some reason you do not do that and you just come to this address, we will have a list of addresses for you to report to, but it's always best if you plan ahead. That way one of these lovely graduate assistants knows you're coming. But let's say, for example, your flight's coming in at 11. It's perfectly fine if you come to the university at that time. They have houses. They live in the houses. That's what they do. They'll be waiting for you. Don't worry about that. Don't try to stay at the airport, sleep there, and come in the morning. Just come. Don't worry about anything. Anything you want to say about the welcome houses?
Well, don't be scared about where you are going to stay and things like that. Just be relaxed, come here, everything will be managed. There are a lot of things we can do for your accommodations. Yeah. It all depends on what you want. So don't worry about it, just come. In 1 or 2 days after you arrive here, there are a lot of things we can do for your accommodations.
Yes, and besides, if you want to bring your own bedding package, you can do that. But if you don't want and you think there's not enough room in your luggage, then we do offer, but we can sell the bedding package to you with $40, for each. Or we can take you to Walmart, the supermarket, to help you get one. So it all depends on what you want. Yeah.
No, that's helpful information.
Sometimes the students from Nepal, India, these people they should totally focus on the weather before they bring their clothes, whatever clothes they should bring.
Yeah.
It is little bit cold, so you need to bring some warm clothes during the fall.
Yeah, it will get cooler in the fall. When you first get here, it will be hot. It will be hot. But you're going to be going into winter, so just prepare yourself for that. I mean, we do have a mall here in Findlay, so don't worry about that. We have a shuttle that will take you there. You can get that kind of stuff. But don't just prepare for shorts. Make sure you're bringing some, not just sandals. You want to bring some tennis shoes, things like this, athletic stuff. Bring a jacket. Prepare yourself for that. Because those are the things that can get kind of expensive. Other things you can get from the supermarket, very inexpensive. So the other thing I want to mention is orientation. Orientation is August 14th, the 15th, and the 16th. That does not mean that you can choose what day you want to come. All 3 days are mandatory for international students. So it begins the morning of August 14th, and then August 15th, August 16th. During orientation, you're going to do testing, advising, registration, immigration, set up email accounts, register for parking, verify original documents, settle your account with the business office, set up payment plan, do campus tours. There'll be an on-campus employment session. You will have an opportunity to do a community service project with domestic students. You will also have the opportunity to participate in something that's called the Arch Ceremony on campus. And this is one of the oldest traditions in all of Ohio college and university history. So it's a very old tradition that takes place in Findlay. It's a really exciting event. It's domestic students, international students. And it's very symbolic. So it's a very wonderful opportunity you have. And then usually the end of orientation on that Sunday will end with a welcome back picnic to campus. And that's with all current students, all new students, all international students, faculty, staff, the president. And this is a wonderful time for you to meet friends, to just get relaxed before that first day of classes, and really enjoy your time and get to know Findlay and the community here. Because trust me, that feeling that you have, I'm sure you're really nervous, that's all going to settle by the end of orientation. That is what orientation is for, to get you very acclimated to campus, to get to meet people outside of your country, to learn differences, how to adapt. We're going to make you very independent, so don't be fearful of that. Embrace that. And I would say one of the most important things for those of you that have conditional admission is that you're going to take what we call the AccuPlacer English exam when you get here on campus the first day during orientation. So please, please do not be late to orientation. This is extremely important. This is one of the most important things I think you can learn in the U.S., first of all, is being on time. So that starts with the first day of orientation. So if you come to orientation and you're showing up late, will we help you? Yes. Will we be very happy with you? No. So please, please plan ahead of time. We're telling you well in advance when to book your tickets, when to be here. And then also just to kind of reiterate about the IELP placement exam and also about conditional admission. So this is also why it's important to look at your I-20, to look at your acceptance letter. Because if your I-20 says you do not meet the required English proficiency, or on your acceptance letter it states that you still do not have the required English proficiency, then this means you at least need to take a semester of English at Findlay, at least one, possibly more. That will be determined based upon a combination of IELTS and TOEFL scores that you may or may not have provided, as well as that AccuPlacer English exam that you will take during orientation. The format of that exam is like TOEFL or IELTS. Have either one of you taken it?
I did. And actually they can, look it up, like in Google it up.
Yes.
AccuPlacer. It's AccuPlacer. Yeah. And you can Google it, and they will give you like a sample test to practice. Yeah. Don't freak out. It's okay. It's easier than the TOEFL. That I'm sure.
There you go. She gives you some helpful advice. So yeah, look at that ahead of time. Prepare yourself so you have an idea. I know they have sample questions on there. So essentially conditional admission Well, direct admission into your program requires specific English requirements. So for example, if you're a graduate student in MBA, environmental, education, TESOL, IELTS requirement is a 7.0 or a 79 TOEFL. If you're an undergraduate student, IELTS is a 6.0 or a 61 TOEFL. If you do not meet those requirements, then you have what is called conditional admission, and you need to take the AccuPlacer exam, and you possibly need to take some English classes. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. I actually have a sheet here that kind of explains how the IELP program works. So I'm going to share that on my screen so I can explain that a little bit better for you. So essentially how the IELP program works is that it has 4 levels of instruction. So you have your basic level, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So once you complete the intermediate level, you can begin your undergraduate coursework, and once you complete advanced, you may go directly into your graduate courses. Also, I do want to mention that the courses in IELP are 16-week courses in the fall, and then the fees for those are $7,100. So this is to give you an idea of how much they cost and what's the time duration. So that being said, what I did want to mention is that to give you an idea, let's say you're a graduate student and you have an IELTS 6.0, just based upon your IELTS score, I would estimate that you're probably going to be placed in the advanced level. If you have anything below a 6, like 5.5, I am estimating you're going to be in the intermediate level. Now, these are not definites because they will look at a combination of factors such as your testing scores that you presented plus the AccuPlacer exam. But I would just like to give you an idea ahead of time of what you're looking at so you're better prepared for that. So for example, if you have a 5.5 IELTS and you're looking to go into a graduate program, it's highly likely that you're going to require a year of English. So if for some reason you are not prepared to take a year of English and pay $7,100 per semester, then it's probably best for you to think about maybe deferring your admission to spring, taking the IELTS or the TOEFL back home, and then resuming your studies coming in the spring. And this is just personal advice because I understand the fact that some students are prepared to pay for English and some are not. So I am your advocate in terms of telling you what you can do better to save time, to save money. However, I am very much an advocate of the IELP program because it is very, very helpful for students. And I can tell you that. These are both graduate students. I was a graduate student myself here. The graduate programs are very rigorous and require a lot of writing skills. And you may think that in your country you've done a lot of writing, but trust me, the requirements are much different than they are in the United States. For example, the advanced level really is going to help students in terms of combating plagiarism. It's going to tell you how to avoid it because this is a huge, huge issue with domestic students, but I would say more specifically since I work with international students. And I think even in your classes you've probably experienced this before as well. And it's a serious issue where students can get sent home from the university. So advanced is going to help you to know, how do I avoid this? How do I do an annotated bibliography? For example, I actually completed an MBA program here. You would think it's business, it's tests. No. I think I haven't done hardly any tests in almost both of my graduate programs. It's mostly papers. And right now I'm finishing my environmental program, and I already did MBA, but we're doing an annotated bibliography. And although English is my native language and I've grown up around it all the time, I still find myself having to seek out resources for how to do an annotated bibliography. And this is my native language and how I was taught to do it. So advanced is really going to help you in terms of doing that. I know you guys wanted to say something, so go ahead.
Yeah, the base of studying in US is not the same what you have studied in your country. So thinking that the English will not help because your English is good is not a good idea. It's not exactly just the English. It will basically teach you everything how you need to be studying your undergrad or graduate in US.
Academic English.
Yes. It will teach you how to reference, how to write, how to talk, how to speak. It is not the same. That's what you need to understand, and you need to be prepared for it. And although sometimes your English is not proper, if you like, there has been a lot of students who have passed the IQ test of here, like university, and that will do. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry a lot about it.
Yes.
It is a good thing you go if you have to do as well, because it will make you so much good, and you will face less hassle when you graduate studies or undergrad.
Because when you're going into your graduate program, they're expecting you to have that knowledge. They are not going to take the time to teach you how to do these things. They're not. They're expected competencies that you come in with, and so they're not going to take the time to teach you how to avoid plagiarism. They're going to tell you if you plagiarize, this is a problem. But if you don't know what that means, then it's going to be hard to avoid it. Mm-hmm. So your teachers are there. I should say we do have Graduate Writing Center. We also have an ESL tutoring center. And the tutors in that center are experienced in teaching students that are speakers of other languages. So non-native English speakers, essentially. So that is a really great resource for you. But still, I think the time, if you really take your English program seriously, you're going to get a lot out of it. Although it's going to take time, and you might feel like, well, English is like partially, I grew up speaking English. It's different. The speaking is different from the writing, which is different from the listening. Yes. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. So, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what we're here to help you with. I know you want to say something.
I want to say something about the EL Support Center. I really think that is a good resource that you really want to go there. And it's for free, So why do you have to, for example, hire somebody after hours while you can go there and they will tutor you for free? They will help you check your paper, and most of them are students in the TESOL program, so they are trained to be like professional teacher. So it's a really like awesome, an awesome resource. So
yeah. So I think we've done lecturing. We're done lecturing you all about English. You can tell that these are most of the questions you have once you get here. So we're just trying to help you ahead of time, and hopefully this is helpful. In the past, I think students have found this helpful, so we just want to reiterate that to you. So I know another common question is, well, where will I live? I'll get a lot of emails about students saying, ma'am, I need my housing. Where am I going to live? So don't worry too much about that. That's why we have the International Welcome Houses. They're temporary accommodations, on campus, walking distance. Once you get here, we'll help you to decide, would you like to live on campus? We can show you on-campus options. Or would you like to live off campus? I do want to warn you ahead of time. I am an advocate for living on campus. I think it's a great opportunity. It's going to, you can request a domestic roommate. It's going to make your English skills better. You're going to really understand American culture. You're going to get involved. You're going to branch out and get to experience real American university campus life. And this is what you came here for. You're spending money to get the experience, not just the degree. So you have to look at the end result. What are you going to take home with you? So I am a huge advocate for living on campus, although I'm very realistic to the fact that some students can't afford to live on campus, which is okay. You know your situation better than we know. I can tell you on-campus housing is going to range anywhere from, let's say, $5,000 a year if you're living like an apartment style to about $9,000 a year for a dorm room. And that is with food as well. So it is a little bit pricey. However, it depends on, what experience you're looking to take back with you. Off-campus housing, I would say, is what a majority of our international students select to do. Mm-hmm. It does save you quite a bit of money. Yeah. I would say that in average, if you want to estimate your expenses for rent, I would say $400 a month is an average amount of money.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah.
What would you say? I don't know what you're...
Don't worry about it. Like, it's not that costly. It depends. There are varieties of things to go there. Mm-hmm. If you share a room with your friend, a room in a house or apartment, it will cost you $150. Yeah. It won't be more than that. In Finlay, the housing rent is not like that. If you share a room, if you have your personal room, your house rent will be around $250 to $300, and the eating expenses per month for yourself, if you want to
Depends if you eat a lot. Are you a man or are you a woman?
Basically depends on what you eat and how much you eat. But if you eat a normal folk meal, it will cost you around $50 to $100 per month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 400
Around.
is more than enough to cover
Yes.
your cost. I would say 350 is good,
Good,
but
yeah.
still 400 we would say is overestimating your costs.
But always better.
But as we
Yeah.
said, that
Yeah.
we are here for not only for degree, we are here to learn something, and we learn when we go together with these people. So it's good idea to stay on campus if we can afford it. There you can learn a lot, lots and lots, and that's what we will work in future apart from the degree.
Absolutely. And you can oftentimes, in my personal experiences, you can tell when a student lives on campus, the development of their English abilities, the development of their understanding of I don't want to say the world, not that, but just American culture, how things are done.
Right.
There's just things that you'll learn by living with someone that's not from your culture. And it doesn't have to just be American either. You might be a student from one country and decide to live with someone from another country. That's great. You can learn a lot about each other. You can break a lot of barriers. And this is the absolute goal. And we're happy to walk you through that process. That's really our job when you get here. Our graduate assistants really take students under their wing to assist them with housing options and what's the best fit for you. So that's what our goal is, finding the best fit. The other thing is I know students are worried, what if I don't have a car? We do have a shuttle service that takes students to the grocery store, to the mall, walking distance from the banks, stuff like this on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So don't worry about that. Findlay is relatively small, but we do have malls, movie theaters, lots of places to eat. It's perfect for studying. If you want nightlife, there is nightlife. So it's not a bad place. Obviously, if you think you're going to New York City, you're not. I know you were in the UK before. It's not exactly the UK, but I think it's like a traditional American town.
Yeah.
I mean,
Am I right?
there's a lot of things to learn here,
Yeah.
which you'll not get opportunity in big cities.
Exactly. Trust me, New York is not better than this. We are better than New York. I've been to New York
It's a
and I
good
don't
place
like
to
New York.
study. It's a good place to study,
Yep.
basically, and good place like where you'll be given a proper time for yourself.
Exactly.
This is important. This is really important.
Thank you, Professor Dukesh.
No, but Finlay is the best. Yeah.
No, that's good. Another thing that I do want to mention about getting around is there's a professor on campus that actually will rent bicycles to students, and he usually sends out a notice for that in the fall. So, and I know some people that have taken advantage of that. So that's an opportunity for you to grab a bike. If you don't want to walk 10 minutes to class, take your bike, tie it up, you're good to go. Other things on campus. I think we already talked about the ELL Support Center. There is a free health clinic on campus. So if you're sick, you need to see a doctor, you just walk into the health clinic on campus. They'll assist you, look at you, assess what's needed. Recreation center, there's rock climbing walls, swimming pool. If you like sports, you want to get involved in intramurals. If you want to get in a fitness class or cycling or Zumba or all that trendy, fun, kind of girly stuff, we have all of that. Student organizations, tons of student organizations on campus, lots of international student organizations, depending on what country you're from. Those are even growing more and more. There's lots of opportunities for mentorship programs with international students, domestic students. If you want to volunteer, which really allows you to see American life, your campus compact, you can do a lot of that. Let's see what else, student organizations. Campus program board, student activities. There's a lot. There's really a
more than
lot.
160 sports clubs. Just the sports clubs. Just imagine, guys. Whichever games you are in, you can have in the club, and it's almost free. Everything is free. We have recreation center, proper gym, swimming pools. Everything is free. I mean, you don't have to hustle anything. Just enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's yours. And I do want to mention too. ESL students, if you're studying IELP, you have access to all of this as well. So you're not isolated like in one small building. our English program is on campus. You have access to absolutely everything. I know some schools aren't like that. We are. You get access to every single thing on campus. Sporting events, you can get tickets to basketball games, football games, soccer games, lacrosse games. Anything you want to go to, it's yours.
Free movie ticket.
Free movie ticket.
Concerts,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
concerts.
Yeah.
There's so much.
And in fact, there is more entertainment things for IELTS English students. There is a lot of parties, a lot of
World Cup
Yes,
parties.
Yeah.
more than any like undergrad or graduate students.
Exactly.
World Cup. Speaking of the World Cup.
I
It was
know.
a good party.
Yes,
Wow.
it was a good one. And every year, we will take you to on different trips, like go to Cedar Point, the amusement park, or go to like Amish country probably, and
speaking of the World Cup, is
yeah.
Brazil still in the World Cup?
Yes.
Go Brazil!
Yes, go Brazil!
But
And Germany as well.
ceremonies.
Yes.
Oh,
so Germany.
Oh,
Really?
Just
go
to,
U.S.
just to say in short, like when you come to new place, it's always problem. Like we get scared how things are going to work, how things will like start, and how it will end. Don't worry. Once you come here, everything will set up slowly and steadily. You don't have to take any tension. Second thing, the international admission office, which we are here, we don't only do your admission and that's it. Once you come, our job isn't finished. We are here to help you from everything you want, everything you desire, and everything you have problem. You can come discuss here. We'll be there to help you. You don't have to worry about anything. We are just like a family. We work here. So you don't have to worry that you are from different country and you cannot say we can help you. So although you are here, you should be in touch with us to get updates about your applications or like your status or anything like that, or whatever help you need, we will be here. So after you come here, it doesn't like our job is not finished. We still will be there for you.
This is usually what I say. I think he took my my last YouTube video.
No.
But no, this is the truth because I always say, when I've been out at fairs or been to different schools, and I always say I meet you when I'm in the field. I'm here now talking to you. I'm here when you get here. All of us are here. We're going to be here when you graduate. We're going to be at your graduation. Yep. So any questions you have, if your parents have questions, show them this video, have them email me, get them connected. Also, another couple services I wanted to mention in case you are from, specifically coming with families. We do on our office, if you're coming with children, we do have information for childcare, which is a really good thing. I know that's really helpful for students. If you're getting like your children enrolled in the local school system, we'll help you with that. We have a prayer house on campus. If you have different religious needs, we can help you with that too. So just let us know what's going on. We're international admissions, we're services. We don't just get you admitted and say, bye, thanks. We're here also for you while you're here, while you're a student. So anything you need, always come to us. You can always reach me. I had put my email at the beginning of this video. I think if you don't want to go back to the beginning, it's EHORAM@findlay.edu. My first name is Megan. So yeah, I think that's it. Anything else you guys want to add?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully we'll see you soon in like a month. Yeah, we'll see you then. Okay.
See you soon.
It's important sometimes to know about your acceptance and your I-20, as Megan already told you all. It's important to know what courses you are involved in and things like that when you are going to start your program. This will be important as it will be asked in your visa interview date as well. And once you get the visa, it's not that 100% you are like eligible to get into it. You need to take the immigration as well. They are very easy. Sometimes they ask questions, so if you know these basic answers, it will help you. So just be smart. That's all. Yeah,
and if you're watching this video, you probably are really serious and you're going to know all the answers to the questions anyway. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Yeah. We gotta go, guys. So we'll see you later. Bye, guys. Take care. Signing off.